As I paint to get it, you're going to see it. And God said some of y'all ought to make this your confession when it comes down to your praise. As much as I paint to get this praise, y'all going to see my praise. When seasons change, you have to realize that you don't talk about the same things every season. Yes, Lord, you got to realize that you don't hear people talking about eggnog and about caroling in July, because it's not the season to talk about mistletoe. It's not the season to talk about holly, because there are some words that are seasonal. And God said to tell somebody that when you get ready to brink and on the brink of a new season, you have to learn how to change your words to match where you're going. What do you mean, preacher? Some of y'all, hallelujah, some of you have been in a season of poverty for a long time now. Some of you have been in a season of sickness for a long time, and you have begun to speak the language of the broke. You have begun to speak the language of the sick. But God said, I feel God in here now. God said to tell somebody that when you're on the brink of a new season, you have to change your words. What do you mean, preacher? I hear the Lord saying, now let the sick say, I am healed. Oh God, I feel him. Now God said, now let the poor say, I am rich. Because I'm believing God to bring me into a new place. And I can't talk the same way in this place that I used to talk back then. Tell yourself, don't tell your neighbor, don't tell a friend, don't high five nobody. Put your hands on your own self and say, I'm changing my confession. I'm not getting ready to lose my mind, because God told me that he would keep me in perfect peace. Change my confession. I'm not getting ready to lose everything. I'm not getting ready to be broke no more, because God told me that he would supply my needs and be my Jehovah Jireh. Tell yourself, I don't care if mama died from cancer, I don't care if my daddy died, I'm not dying with this sickness, because God said with my stripes I am healed. And I'm changing my words to match my season. Somebody just look at your neighbor right now, and this is your turn to be the preacher. I want you just to begin to tell them the new words of your season. Look at somebody and say, blessed, favored, anointed. These are the new words of my season. Tell somebody, healed, delivered, set free. These are the new words for my new season. Tell somebody, overcomer, conqueror, victorious. These are the new words for my season. In fact, if you believe it, I want you to just speak over yourself right now, like you're walking into a new season. Now, y'all ain't hearing me. You can't talk the same way. You can't talk the same way. You can't speak in the same negative terms. You can't speak with defeat anymore. But somebody speak with the language of victory. Oh God help me in the healing day. Yes, God said, number one, our words must change. I'm hurrying along, Bishop. God said, number one, our words must change with the season. He said, but not only tell them that their words have to change, but God said to tell you, I told you I just got a simple message from God today. God said to tell Shield of Faith that your words must change, but not only your words, but your wardrobe has to change. Yes, Lord, some of you sisters, y'all look so good here. Some of y'all got the best of the swap meet on today. Y'all not hear what I'm saying. Some of y'all know what it is to wait for fall wardrobe to come out. Some of you know what it is. You have your closets organized according to seasonal wardrobes. Yes, some of y'all sisters can't wait for it to get a little cold outside so you can break your boots out again. Yes, Lord, y'all not hear what I'm saying. Because there are certain wardrobes that apply to certain seasons. And some of you, God said to tell you that you have been wearing poverty for a long time. God said to tell you that some of you, because remember, our wardrobe applies to what people see when they look at us. And some of you have been wearing depression. Every time we look at you, we see you wearing depression. Some of you have been wearing low self-esteem. You sit there with your head hung down. You sit there, you want to go forth in worship, but you can't bring yourself out of your funk to lift your hands and glorify God, because you're wearing too much depression. You're wearing too much low self-esteem. You're wearing sickness like a garment. But God told me to declare in this house today that it's time for you to change your wardrobe. You ought to tell you, I'm taking depression off and putting that, I'm not putting it back in the closet. closet. I'm throwing that thing out of my house because I'm not designed to wear depression. Some of you need to take off sickness and say, this got to get out of my house. I'm too blessed and anointed to wear sickness any longer. Some of you need to take off that thing that's not keeping you where you want to be and say, I'm not wearing that any longer. Somebody say, well, wait a minute, preacher, you just don't understand. I've worn this Minister Scott for too long now. I don't even have anything else to put on. But God said to tell you that when you take off depression, when you take off loneliness, when you take off pain and sickness, when you take off the garment of a perpetual victim, God said you ought to put on the garment of praise. I ain't got no praises in here. God, are there any praises in here? Is there anybody that got up this morning, brushed your teeth, went to the closet, and said, I think I'm wearing a high praise today? Y'all not hear what I'm saying? I think this is the day I'm going to put on the dance. Yeah, what Sunday? Is this the third Sunday? I think this is my Sunday to wear a shout because I'm changing my wardrobe to match my new season. Look at your neighbor and tell him, say, neighbor, you're wearing an expensive praise. What do you mean? I paid too much to get this praise, not to put my praise on. Tell your neighbor, you paid too much to get that dance, to let that thing sit there and not use it. Somebody just shout out and say, I earned my praise. Oh God, you're not hearing what I'm saying. Oh Lord, help me preach this thing today. I was at the mall the other day, and I said, you know what? I need a new belt. I said, I preach hard in the pain and I done worn my belt out. I said, I need to get a new belt. I was walking from store to store, Bishop. I said, what belt should I get? I said, I need something nice. I said, I'm trying to go into a new season. I need to upgrade. I said, look at that. That's a Louis Vuitton store. I said, I wonder how much it would cost to get a Louis Vuitton belt. I said, yeah, that would look real nice right now. I'm, preaching that shield of faith. I'm moving on up in the world. I said, I need to upgrade. Touch your neighbor and say, upgrade. So I went into the Louis Vuitton store, so I'm looking for a belt right this way, so let me show you to the belts. Looked at the belt, looked down at the price tag, and the first thing that came to mind was the devil is a liar. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying? Maybe y'all all drove Range Rovers. Maybe y'all all got a Mercedes or two at home. But I said, no, the devil ain't in oh, no, God is not pleased with that. I wish I would pay $300 for a belt. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying? But let me just tell somebody in here, in case you see me in the future with my Louis Vuitton belt on, you better believe I'm tucking in all my shirts. I'm tucking in sweaters, leather coat. I'm tucking my robe in. Y'all not hear what I'm saying? Because you're going to see my belt. As much as I paid to get it, you're going to see it. And God said some of y'all ought to make this your confession when it comes down to your praise. As much as I paid to get this praise, y'all going to see my praise. As much as I prayed to get this dance, as many tears as I cried, as many nights I stayed up, everybody gonna see my praise because my praise cost me something. Tell your neighbor you might want to turn your eyes now because I'm getting ready to show off my praise. Tell your neighbor if you don't like looking at it, tell them say sit somewhere else because my praise is valuable and I got to put it on display. In fact, I need somebody to take 30 seconds and just put your praise on display. You paid for it. You earned it. You worked for it. Now show it off. This praise and being talked about. I paid for this praise and being lied on. I paid in this praise by resisting temptation. And tell one more name, I plan on using it every chance I get. I'm showing it off every chance I get. Why, preacher? Because when I feel